So using open source libraries like TensorFlow, PyTorch, Hugging Face, JAX, all these different libraries. But then when you actually wanted to build an application that other people could use, you actually had to deploy the model, which involved learning a whole set of different technologies, Flask, Dockerization, web. Oftentimes you wanted people to use your model that in a way that wasn't just simply calling APIs. You wanted to be able to actually build an interactive user interface for it. They had to learn, web development, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and then you also wanted to store data that was coming in through the model. So you need to know something about databases. So all sorts of different frameworks. And the other problem was that all of these were in different languages, and so you had to have a lot of expertise in a lot of different languages and frameworks. And that involved a lot of context switching, learning new technologies that, frankly, most machine learning developers were not that familiar with and comfortable with. That's actually why we started Gradio. A few years ago, we open sourced this library called Gradio. And the whole purpose was, let us allow machine learning developers to do all of these other steps: containerization, deployment, building an interactive GUI, storing incoming samples in a language that they were all already comfortable with, Python. What does Gradio actually look like? Let's take a look at a very simple example here. So it's in Python. So this syntax should be familiar to anyone who uses Python. So the Gradio package is just import Gradio. So this assumes you've already pip installed it, but you can just import Gradio. Then you create a Gradio.interface class. So this class called interface, or short for user interface, is the key class in the Gradio package. And so what this allows you to do is this allows you to create a user interface around a machine learning model that you have just by specifying a list of inputs and outputs. So in this case, my input here takes in an image, and the output is a label. Okay, and this just corresponds to what kind of model this is. Okay, what kind of model is it? It's a skin image classifier. So if we write this in Python, and again, it takes in 3 ingredients here. The first ingredient being the function or the model that you're deploying. The second and third ingredients being the types of inputs and outputs that you want to create. What this does is this goes ahead and this creates this little GUI here for you. And so this is a web-based GUI that's running. And what this allows you to do is this allows you to drag and drop in your own images into this machine learning model here. You can run the model and you can get the predictions out, and it'll be displayed nice in this GUI.